Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Broverwatch podcast. Of course, my name is Adam Cook, and we are here, as always, with Calder Amos Wood. We also have a special guest today. We have Josh, a.k.a. Sionak, here, who's now a new member of the Broverwatch writing team, but he's also he knows more about Contenders than we do, so we've brought him on.
A lot more, actually.
There's a lot of Contenders stuff this week that we want to cover, so we figured we'd bring in an expert. So how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm just fine. All right. How are you, Josh?
Not bad, yeah. Excited. Get into
Alright.
that podcast.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a lot lined up for today because we technically recorded a week and a half ago for the last episode, and a lot has happened since then.
Really?
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
recorded on the Thursday. Uploaded.
Oh, yeah. I
So,
forgot.
yeah. So we have 3 full roster reveals, right?
Well, Toronto's kind of a half, and then Shanghai is technically just adding on. But
Toronto, Shanghai.
But we've got Paris and Atlanta, and then a couple additions to Boston. Yikes. Boston, and a little addition from New York, and then some Gladiators news.
Just a little one.
Yeah.
super surprising.
Yeah, super surprising news. There is a little bit of surprising news that goes with it, but we'll get into that later.
True.
To start off, I guess we'll get into the Paris news.
Yeah.
Because that's exciting.
Yeah.
Full. They still have room, right? They've still got some room, or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They have
like,
three
room for
times-
3 moves.
3 tanks, 2 supports, 4 DPS. So room for 2 supports and an off tank.
Yeah.
All right. So one of the probably the most full roster so far, at least from expansion teams.
Yeah, from expansion teams.
And I I liked this because it wasn't like, it seems like teams are doing a lot of announcements of rosters where they reveal like
Dragging
one
it on.
player. Like
That Toronto stream was just ridiculous. They come up, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna start in a bit," and then they have a 5-minute countdown, and then they're like, "We're the Defiant," and then Bishop and Jay come up, and then it's over.
yeah,
And they have different 2 days.
and now they're releasing the roster. I don't know why they didn't just
Yeah.
release the roster there because they like clearly had them locked already, but
Yeah.
More.
I don't know.
He said, didn't he? Bishop said, we got the players in scrimming in house already. So it's not
Yeah,
like
it's
we're
like-
finalizing contracts.
so they had this
Doing?
huge
Yeah.
show where they literally just went, we're black and red.
And then the Q&A was just, how are we gonna win?
By
That's
winning.
every question.
I was expecting another announcement just to go, we are Toronto. That is awesome.
yeah. Yeah, and the video they showed was so edgy too. It was like
Oh yeah.
I loved it.
everyone thinks we're little New York, and it's like what?
I don't know.
But I liked how Paris did it. They were literally just like, "Hey, guess what? Here is our roster."
And look at this cool picture too.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
picture.
A guy in the background.
Yeah. So it was nice to just literally have a roster reveal, and there was no like dumb
Definitely.
stuff around it. So I guess we'll go through this roster,
Yeah.
starting with the big boy. It was leaked, and then everyone was like, "There's no way," and then it was like, "Oh wait, that makes sense."
Yeah.
And that is soon is on Paris.
Yeah. It's I
Big.
guess it's a good fit. He'll probably be starting.
Definitely.
Yeah. And like
I don't
whether he
know.
starts or not, I mean, he almost definitely will. But like,
Yeah.
he'll be probably the face of the team.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, him along
100%.
with
Shadowburn.
Shadowburn.
probably.
A little bit.
Shadowburn.
if they can like make him actually like be kind of a face, because he's kind of like a quiet boy. Although I guess
Yeah.
Soon's kind of a quiet boy as well. So
Yeah.
I think they've got enough personality there that this already has like a large fan base.
Yeah, definitely.
And the
Especially-
fact that it's all EU too.
Yeah. And a lot of people
That's-
cheered for Valiant since Soon was on it, so now they're just going to be Paris fans.
To Paris, yeah. The all EU thing was big for them. Like
Yeah.
they really hit the market on that. It's obviously because the only other European team, the Spitfire, sort of missed out on season 1, and Paris haven't messed about. They come straight in with it. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
they've ticked the box there.
Yeah, and there's enough good EU players to make a full EU team. It's
Definitely.
just
They're missing out on some,
Yeah.
honestly. There's a lot of good players not unsigned.
yeah.
Well, CK.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice to see a full EU team because
Mm.
people said that like Houston for a while was the only NA team, but they weren't
Yeah.
really NA because they had
No.
some EU players. But like this is the first, apart from Korean, like full region.
Yeah,
team.
full region team.
Yeah. Basically region locked.
So that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I mean, except for Seoul.
Yeah, true.
Well, I said I'm
apart from
count that.
apart from Korean, I said.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. The only thing that, like, I don't know a lot about their supports. I've heard of Cruise before. I
Yeah.
haven't really heard of Hype. Is it Hype?
Is it hype or hip?
Hip?
Hip or hype. Either
Okay.
one.
What do you know about them, Josh?
Hip, I believe, Eagle Gaming beforehand,
Mhm.
and I think he was Gamers Origin. Not 100% sure on that though. Cruz been around in the scene for a while actually.
Yeah.
Played for E United, Reunited, Ordelson Hungary, and then on to Toronto Esports. Played multiple positions. I think he's going to be good in the Overwatch League.
That's good.
I think he brings a sort of cluster role, that knowledge. I'm not sure, maybe his mechanics aren't going to be up to scratch. Don't know. They could be. But definitely with knowledge and shot calling, he's gone back to main support. He's looked really good for
Yeah.
Toronto since. So I have faith in him.
Okay.
That does sound very like Custa like, because like Custa's
Yes,
good, but it's
definitely.
not. No one's gonna be like Custa's the best healer in the Overwatch League, but like
No.
he's very much the
Solid.
leader of that team. Because
Definitely.
Yeah.
even during the All-Star weekend when he was on full Korean teams, he was
Yeah.
still shot calling. I'm like,
Yeah.
He's calling for nanos in Korean. Adabon me. It's just like,
Yeah.
fair play.
yeah. And honestly, their tank line looks solid as well. Like that's
Yeah.
really
Definitely.
solid. This whole team is like really
Yeah.
solid.
It's a good team.
People have been saying that they're like top middle of the pack, though. Not like amazing, but
I don't think they're going to be top 6, but
No.
maybe sort of lower end of the playoffs to that playing bracket. They're definitely in
Yeah.
for.
Like 7th to 10th ish.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't think they'll be 10th. I think they'll be like 7, 8, 9 ish. They seem
Yeah.
very middle.
that seems fair.
Yeah,
it seems like all the expansion teams are kind of
that.
hitting that zone or bad.
But the thing is, I feel like some of them might surprise us. Like I feel like Paris has a lot of potential to surprise us
Definitely.
because, like, I feel like everyone's putting the middle of the pack because even though they have some like veteran players, they're somewhat new teams. But like if they can get synergy going, like this has a lot of potential for synergy. They could like they could go ahead of like the Houstons and the Phillies.
Definitely.
Honestly, yeah,
I think a lot of that falls in their management as well. If Damon sort of sorts that out and gets a good infrastructure in, then they can go high.
yeah,
Like, they have talent.
yeah.
They also have Kai, which was weird to me that they picked him up.
As an assistant coach, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I know he's made a lot of mistakes over the past year, but like
Definitely.
I feel like people are a tiny
there
bit
for-
too hard on him, like
Yeah.
like just a
just a
little
bit.
bit. Like
It's become more of a meme at this point.
Yeah.
Just Kai on your team. Ooh, I win
Yeah.
40. Like,
yeah.
come on.
Like he even tweeted saying, "Thanks for the support. Don't worry, soon isn't going to be
I
on
saw that.
Winston." And it's like,
Yeah.
And soon replied, but Reinhardt though.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Hopefully.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's learned from his mistakes, so
Yes.
he should be fine.
Anyway,
All right,
on to Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
This is a interesting team. I
Definitely.
don't know. It looks like it's basically a Defran team from the outside, but when you look at the different people in it, you're like, oh wow, they're actually
A
Yeah.
team.
it's actually really good. It's not just oh look at Defran on this team.
Yeah. Like
So obviously,
almost all of the comments were like, "Oh, let's go, dude, puggers." But then like once you got like down in the comments, there were a lot of people being like, "Kodak in the Overwatch League, holy,"
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
that squad is nutty. Like, yeah, it's obviously the big market with Defran, but like Parkpo, Darko, Erster, Kodak, Marsa, it's stacked.
yeah.
It's probably one of the best rosters, I think.
Do you think that they'll be above Paris? or around the same area, probably.
It depends how. Thinking about it, if you sort of look for it like blow for blow, I think you take the tank line over Paris's every single day of the week. Pogba and Darko are incredible. And then supports are kind of, I think supports are honestly kind of similar. Kodak's can be, he's got that frag potential, but we'll have to see what he can do. I think they'll be above. I think maybe where Philly and Boston were last season.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe.
So probably making the wild card. Because there's like the wild card this season.
The playing thing.
I think they'll be maybe actually just into the playoffs. I think they'll be maybe 6 seeds, 5th seed.
Yeah.
Nice.
I could see that. And it'll probably, this is going to have the highest bit donations out of any team.
Yeah.
I guarantee that right now.
Well, Dallas had the most just because they had Siegel and XQC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even when XQC left and Siegel stopped playing on like the main thing, they still like. Yeah.
And my little San Francisco Shock were
the
last or second
team.
last the whole time.
Yeah.
That was
at the end, they passed Florida. They passed Florida in bits.
They did.
Wow, that's really. I'm happy about that. I should
big
be proud.
achievement.
Anyway.
Yeah.
This I'm worried about, this roster, this Toronto roster, because I know Neko Envy, very good. There's rumors of Asher joining.
Asher,
I'm sure that these other Korean players are good, but I've heard that their main tank,
Yakpon,
isn't like the best. He's not terrible, but he's not crazy good. What is he? Tell me. I don't know. What should I expect?
I think he'll be all right. The problem is that if you think of the list of main tanks, just top main tanks in the league, Sardo, OGE, Marno, Fate, Fisher, Gesture, they're all Korean and they're all insane. Even ones on the market. We mentioned Panka.
Yeah.
Right before we came on. Nutty player, but sort of locked in a situation at Gladiators. He'd be better, but I think he'll be all right. Maybe not as up there as some of the other main tanks that we've seen, like a Pokpo, but he should be solid. There'll probably be better Western options, but it's just a case of integration. I think
he's like the Nevix of Korean main tanks, where he's just
pretty much good, but not like
I think if you look at that Toronto roster, you add a Gamsu or a striker to it, you're looking at a serious sort of contender. But it's just a case of do they want to pay that money? If they can, then they should. Gamsu on that team would destroy.
And that's so much money, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And excess of 450.
Although with like all the with all the Boston like drama that's been happening, who knows? Like
maybe.
That's not an impossibility.
No, I could see it happening.
Yeah.
But even like the buyout amount's high enough. 300,000 probably for Nevix and Striker each. Plus whatever contracts I expect, because Decay.
Did you mean Gamsu and Striker? Sorry,
Nevix.
And I was like, they're not going to buy Nevix.
Gamsu and Striker, 300,000 buyout, then 300,000 contract, probably at least, since Decay allegedly got $300,000.
I think that was more.
They could probably negotiate.
They paid 300,000 for him, and I'm guessing his salary's upwards of like max probably 200,000. I don't know.
So the transfer was 300,000?
Yes. So the way the contracts work is, as far as I'm aware, which I think I'm accurate on, because Gamsu was a Season 1 player, he's been locked into a 1+1. You guys are familiar with basketball, aren't you? Team options. So Boston picked up his team option, which means he's probably on the same contract as he was on this year, but they just probably have to like pay him a transfer fee, and then they'll probably have to only pay the contract where he was on last year. So I imagine it was,
probably like
around 100k, maybe under closer to the league minimum, whatever he was on. I don't think they're gonna have to pay 500 for the buyout or whatever. Let's say something stupid, and then a massive contract. They'll probably get away with that for this season.
Yeah.
So,
do you think Boston just tries to force it into working their team? Actually, we should just talk about that when the Boston things come.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to see Neko. He'll probably be the face of the team. if I had to guess.
Which like Neko was like, he kind of took a bit of a back seat as far as like face of the team goes last season, just because like, I mean, I don't want to say his name, but at the beginning they had like the Dream they had.
The Dream Diddler.
But then like later they had, I mean, Striker was the main one, but like they had like Mistakes even, and then Gamsu. Yeah. So like, and like once Aim God came in, Neko didn't play nearly as much. So it'll be nice to have him actually.
The thing is, Neko was an all-star though. He just couldn't play in the game.
Yeah, visa issues.
Yeah.
So
it's not like he's really good. It's just I think people are forgetting
how good he is.
Yeah, how good he is.
He was under the radar. Like obviously, he wasn't a Jonak or a Badosin. Everyone kind of thought, not really talked about.
And it's probably the same thing with Envy since he was stuck.
Well, he was like let go really early as well too.
Yeah,
he was let go like, was it like early season or stage 2, not season 2?
Yeah. When they made the roster changes.
Yeah.
When they brought in Finzi and KSF.
Yeah. He was good for the time that he was there.
Yeah. He was top 5 in his position.
It's just
which was really weird. I was so confused.
But the question is, like, a lot of that I think was due to his like chemistry with Fate, because Fate and Envy had like really good chemistry. So I wonder how he's gonna mesh with Yakpung.
Well, apparently they've been scrimming constantly since that announcement.
That's good.
So who knows?
It's a good sign.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to complain about one more thing. The Defiant. I really don't like the Defiant name.
You don't?
No, I love it.
It's just too edgy.
Like, I didn't like it, but then I watched the announcement video, and it was like, because we're defying all odds or whatever, and I was like,
Wow, you can say 2 words that are kind of related to each other. Oh, I'm a fan now.
Anyway, I like it, and I think the logo is cool.
The logo's sick.
Like, at first I was like, I feel like it's too simple, but then I remembered like, there's a lot of teams that have like really complicated logos. Like Atlanta Reign's logo is really cool, but like if they just had something that complicated, I don't know. This is just a really easy, simple brand. So I like it a lot.
It does match the like what Toronto does though, with their new logos and Anyway, we should move on
to Shanghai.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Or Kongdu if you want to.
They're winning a game this season.
Honestly,
they're winning a game.
I'm willing to bet money they'll win their first game. I don't know who they're facing, but I'm just going to say it.
Who are they beating? Dallas? Is that who they're going to beat?
New Mayhem 4-0.
Honestly, there's like 4, maybe 5 teams that I'd say they won't beat.
Yeah.
But like, I just wanted to say something stupid like they're going to win their first game, but
they will.
Depends. If they get London first game, it's a big no.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Yeah, it's just the roster of Kongdu. So like,
there's not much to say.
Weirdly, minus their 2 best players, but
they
went to LAG.
But it's.
I don't know.
The main thing with them is going to be they have the synergy already.
Yes. Yeah.
They should be okay. The team that they'll probably end up beating is Dallas, because I don't know. Like, Dallas hasn't changed a lot. Or maybe Mayhem 2.0. But
I think they definitely beat Mayhem 2.0.
Yeah, definitely.
Is Mayhem still that bad, though?
I don't think they're that bad. They're
a bit better.
Something's just weird about them. I don't know.
They're still bad.
I don't want to judge them on like the weird taste I have about them, but like there's a weird taste around.
The weird McNugget taste you have about them.
It tastes kind of like stale fries and like a Big Mac that was sitting under the heat lamp for a little too long, and I just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they definitely beat Florida.
They also have completely new management too.
I think they beat Chengdu. If we look, the rumor rostered, I think if that's going to be all Chinese, I think they pick up a map or 2 off them, definitely.
Why is China not saying anything?
Yeah, they haven't really said a whole lot. It's all been leaks. They haven't really said anything.
We've had Guangzhou, who've announced they acquired Harper, but
Yeah,
that was it. That was it.
Which one has Zushu? Is that?
Was that? I think it was.
Do you mean Gushue?
Yeah, Gushui. I'm sorry.
Wow, we've been
Gushui.
calling him Zushu this whole time. Yikes.
Yikes.
No, I think I just
that
watched
is-
the thing and I said it wrong. I'm sorry.
I think that's Hanjiao, which if that roster is confirmed and that's the revealed one, that's stacked. Godspeed Crystal,
Mhm.
Gushue, Rhea, IDK, and Revenge, which is like
That's prime.
nutty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's maybe top 5.
Wow. Okay.
Crystal and Godspeed, that's insane amount.
I was watching VODs of Team China,
Mm.
and he's just insane.
Yeah, they're
It's
nuts.
ridiculous. That team's crazy. People are really sleeping on China for the World Cup this weekend.
I've
they get to
been
the
saying China's gonna win.
No, but like on Reddit, they're always like top 3 teams: South Korea, Finland, USA. It's like,
Oh wait, is China facing Finland?
I think they can beat Finland.
I think
Yeah.
that's one of maybe the closest match. Maybe Canada versus France, but like
Are you sure it's not Australia versus
US?
South Korea?
Australia versus South Korea.
I take Australia in 5.
yeah.
I wish Phil pulled out Hammond on the last map and just.
Oh yeah.
No, I wish.
Which speaking of which, kind of
it's
off topic.
China, Finland.
Kind of off topic. Trill was like talking about how he still hasn't gotten any word from any teams
Yeah.
about, and I'm like,
Mm.
that's a bummer. Anyway.
Maybe after BlizzCon.
Yeah, true. Maybe.
Yeah.
The thing is, he'd be running trials with like 250 ping for NA teams, and it's like
True.
that's not good.
Their coach
Yeah.
tweeted actually. Gumba, the new Boston coach, tweeted, "If you want to try any of our players, let me know." Just now they're on decent ping.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
always an opportunity. We might
Yes.
see Trill.
Especially since they'll be like at BlizzCon. They'll be.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
the point. Yeah, they won't be on crazy ping.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if some teams are literally waiting for some like overseas players to come for BlizzCon
Yeah.
stuff. But
Maybe.
but yeah, it's
Alright.
I honestly, just since we're talking about World Cup, I think that Canada versus France and Finland versus China are the only 2 like close quarterfinal matches.
Yeah.
Like US beats UK. Sorry
Yeah.
to say it, but South Korea beats Australia.
Yeah.
Um,
Rest
I
in
mean-
peace, Stones.
Yeah. Canada, France.
I want Canada to win so bad, but I think France is gonna beat Canada.
Why do you think France is gonna win?
I don't know. Everyone's hyping up France so much.
They play goats. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
They play goats.
We have agilities. He can play Farah.
Good man, you win this argument. Honestly,
1 point for me.
if Surefour can like pull out some godly Sombra,
Mm-hmm.
but that's really depending. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're not even talking about World Cup this episode.
No,
We also have manga.
not at all.
That'll be next episode.
Yeah.
Because it'll be all done.
That'll be
Boston.
done.
Yeah, let's talk about Boston.
Boston, yeah.
They've added Color Hex and Axiom.
Axiom.
Color Hex is, from what I've seen of him, very good. Axiom, I haven't seen a lot of him.
I know there was a bit of a meme on Color Hex where it was like his like
4.2.
competitive peak was 4.2.
Well, that's XQC, and if you take XQC seriously, especially when he's playing comped,
Yeah.
no.
And it was very like Andy brought DeFran into the call, so those are the 2 biggest memers. So it was very much a meme, and like comp SR doesn't necessarily translate to
Rank doesn't matter.
yeah.
Stylosa.
So,
Yeah.
a little background on Axiom. Or actually, I guess Color Hex played for Sydney Drop Bears.
Yeah.
They won
Best team in
Australian
the world.
Contenders easily. Yeah. Axiom played for Toronto Esports, main tank. So he's going to be playing behind Gamsu, I guess.
Unless Jamsu's done already.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Oh, here we go.
Here's the thing.
Here we go.
There have been no leaks about Gamsu leaving.
True.
And the leaks have been very
Very
leaks,
accurate. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
From that Blizzard spreadsheet, the leaks have been very accurate.
Spreadsheet. Don't get me started on the.
So we haven't heard anything about Boston players leaving. So maybe they have the plan to get rid of them. But if they don't, they just go, "Oh, we have Axiom as backup right now," and then maybe we trade Gamsu into the season a little bit.
Yeah,
I think the report sort of was saying in terms of the whole Boston drama that the Korean players all seemed pretty frustrated and pretty upset at the situation.
Yeah.
They also brought on Blase too.
They did, yeah. That was a while ago. Again.
Yeah, it looks like they're just kind of preparing for the striker Gamsu exit.
Yeah, maybe.
And then whenever that happens, it happens. And then we just have this New Zealand, Korean mishmash of a team.
Just a mix, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like they did the same kind of thing as Valiant did, where it's like early stage 2-ish time. They just kind of do like a bit of a roster switch up.
Yeah,
because they might try to just push through stage 1 with that.
Maybe. I mean, I heard that they were looking to go all Western, but I'm not sure how true that is. That would make sense at this point, though. You've been striker and Gamsu off and get about 600k for them, and then you can invest in some of the best Western talent.
Yeah,
because it'll still be on the table because every good Korean name is gone now. So there's no point trying to go into that market.
And honestly, striker Gamsu money could get you like 4 good North American players.
So get you the entirety.
There was that thing that said North American players are overpriced. I don't know what that like number is, but because they can speak English, they're like, "Oh, we deserve more money because we can advertise your team better." Which is
like
stupid.
com-wise and brand-wise and personality-wise, I guess that's more appealing.
Don't need to speak English if you go full Korean.
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, NYXL
Basically
was
Toronto.
full Korean, and like people love that roster.
Same with London. London was adored in their visit. I went to it. It was insane.
Yeah, I'm jealous that you got to meet Fury specifically.
Me too.
So many bowl cuts.
Adam only cares about Fury.
I love Fury.
I got him to sign my Zarya Pop vinyl as well.
Oh,
that was nice. I got all the Zarya players to sign it, so that was fun.
Nice.
Definitely worth the trip up.
Let's start some drama. Were any of them jerks?
No, they're all lovely.
Did Prophet try to punch you?
Nah, my very butchered Korean, I tried to say hello and thank you to all of them as they were standing on the tables, and Birdring and Medosin were very appreciative that I managed to say, Annyeong and Kamsahamnida in their language. So,
nice.
Yeah, they all seemed very chill and happy to be there. Plus, they went for Nando's, which is like instantly just, they're loved.
Nice.
That's like British Popeyes. But don't you have Popeyes in England or UK?
Not sure.
Well, it's for people who aren't from the UK. It's British Popeyes, basically. It's just fried chicken, right?
It's like, it's grilled chicken, Portuguese style, peri-peri chicken.
Portuguese style? Okay, it's not like Popeyes.
Yeah.
It's Louisiana style.
No, it's Portuguese. It's just popular in the UK. It's peri-peri chicken, which originated in Faro, sort of Gia, Portugal. There you go, chicken facts.
How do you know this much about your food?
I
just shove things in my mouth.
I was born around that area, so that's why I know about it. Yeah,
I see.
Grew up there.
Wow, we're learning so much about each other right now.
Yeah,
I love this. Anyway,
get me on for a chicken episode podcast.
Yeah, we'll have a chicken episode. All about chicken.
We should first we Broverwatch, but it's just us eating food. It's like first we feast.
First we Broverwatch is the worst name I've heard in my life.
Terrible.
That's horrible.
It just came up. It's just off the dome. Anyway, here's a big surprising
Did you
move.
say top of the dome?
Yeah, off the top of the dome, baby, like Eminem.
I hate that.
Here's a big surprising piece of news. Flower went to NYXL.
Whoa.
Really?
Dude.
Whoa. That's crazy.
I said at the beginning of the podcast, there is a little bit of surprising news here. Now, what was the surprising news, you ask? Well, remember when he was Nanohana and changed his name to Flower, and then he changed his name from Flower to Nanohana? Well, it's back to Flower.
Whoa, it's crazy. Oh. I mean, I kind of spoiled that by calling him Flower. But...
No, it's fine. I mean, I feel like everyone mostly called him Flower.
Everyone calls him Flower. No one called him Nanohana.
And although here's an interesting thing. Someone replied to this tweet saying, is he back to Flower or still Nanohana? And Flower spelt just letters. And then NYXL replies saying back to Flower using the numbers. So it seems like they probably just convinced Overwatch League to just let him use numbers.
Let him use the number. It's iconic at this point. Like his World Cup performance. You have to be Flower going into it. Like, who is this Nanohana kid? No. Oh my god, it's Flower. Like, yeah.
It seemed like people didn't care about him when his name was Nanohana either.
No.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It's a gift. You put Flower on, he pops off. He goes to Nanohana and just does nothing.
Yeah.
It's the curve.
Yeah, even just you saying that makes me realize I kind of passively did that, because like when he was Flower, I'm like, dude, he's gonna come on the NYXL and he's gonna pop off, and then he switched to Nanohana and I forgot about him.
Nanohana.
And now I'm like, yeah, he's gonna
Flower.
Yeah.
Now a weird thing, there were reports of Nene also joining NYXL, which would give them 5 DPS. So would that mean
that's like a Korean San Francisco shock right there?
There was rumors of Nene moving to Flex Tank, but
I mean, and replacing Meko, like
it
that
seems a bit of a
doesn't make any
waste.
sense.
Yeah.
No, just backing him up. There's no way you play Nene on Flex Tank over Meko. Meko's top 3.
Yeah.
They could get so much money for him.
They could. I was thinking about this earlier. So you have SBB, Libero, and Flower. But even then, Libero and Flower, you know, you've got every hero in the pool ever covered by them 3.
Yeah.
And then you sell Pine and Nene and make bank off them. And then what else do you get?
Do you think they'll sell Pine?
I think if the right offer comes, if not, they'll just throw him in for McCree maps. He'll get a 5k dab and then leave.
Yeah.
Pine things.
And then have 20,000 Twitch clips on it. R/cow.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, wow, Pine's really good at McCree. Like, it's a surprise.
He's the Rob Van Dam of the Overwatch League.
Yeah.
Human highlight reel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, NYXL's still good. That's what that news basically says.
Yep.
Yeah. It's so weird how, like, they were easily, like, when people ask me about, like, the Overwatch League, because, like, I'll talk about the podcast or something, they'll be like, oh, yeah, who's the best team? And I'm like, I mean, technically, it's London, but, like, NYXL was, like, the best through the whole season. London won. So, like, literally just them not winning, even though they were clearly the best the whole season, I'm still kind of like, London's the better team because they won the whole thing.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. It's weird that just because they choked at the end that there's this weird feeling around them.
Sandbagging. They're preparing for next season.
Yes.
They want to set low expectation.
Yeah, saving their ults for next fight.
Yeah, they're saving their ults for 2019.
Season 2.
So the next thing, Gladiators added 2 players. Not really surprising. There were a million leaks about it before it came out, but Roar and Decay from Kongdu are on the Gladiators now. So maybe they fix their main tank problems. Maybe I don't know what Decay's role is on this team. Is he taking over for Surefour, or are they just doing a DPS rotation?
Decay has a really weird hero pool. A lot of people look at him as like this insane flex god. I'm like, he's sort of. So let me break it down a bit for people. He plays Tracer, he plays Widow, he's got an insane Zarya, and then he plays Genji on Anubis.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm sure he'll pick up other things and he'll be able to play Junkrat. Every DPS plays Junkrat to a good level.
It's just.
It is. Because Surefour is one of, if not the face of the team. So if they just stop playing him and let Decay take over, it would be kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then
they just specialize Surefour and they go for Decay and Hydration.
Yeah. So basically, my question is, who gets less playing time now, Hydration or Surefour?
Probably.
I'd say Surefour. Yeah. Hydration plays Pharah, Doomfist, which are going to be pretty good in this meta. So
well, we'll see who this next hero is that comes out of BlizzCon.
Yeah, that's true.
These leaks are pretty crazy.
Yeah, but there was one leak, and it might be true. Okay.
There's one leak, and there's about a 40% chance it's right.
Yeah, but I loved the roster reveal video thing.
That was cool.
They just had no shame about trash talking Fissure.
The shade at Fissure as well.
Last year's model.
Damn.
But like, I don't think Fisher
That's cold.
cares. I don't think Fisher
No.
cares.
He's with Lunatic High players. I doubt he.
Yeah, he's happier now.
And if he does care, like just also
Just follow them.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this is good because we've been talking for like weeks about how Gladiators is one of kind of the worrisome looking teams because they had a big empty gap.
Big gap, definitely.
But now it's filled in, and
Yeah, so
I
still have an issue.
I think
There's
they'll
still an issue
probably
left, I think.
be in the like pretty much the same place they were last season, where they're like the almost good enough team.
yeah.
Or like
Probably not like fourth like they were last year, maybe closer
finished
to out of the
stage four.
playoffs.
They finished 9-1 stage 4, which was like I didn't like.
Yeah, that was
That
weird.
kind of misses me. I was like, whoa, they were insane. But I've been sleeping on the Gladiators for a while, so I'm like, they never did it for me.
yeah.
That was a
didn't know.
weird stage though too, because
It was.
And then Dallas
add
almost
it
won
anyway.
the whole thing.
Dallas did.
Yeah.
That was peak Brigitte.
Yeah.
Shivers.
Yeah, it's so crazy how like Mickey, as much as I love him, not great, but
Not the
then
best either.
plays Brigida and like pretty much
Carries.
carries his team. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Probably won't happen next season because she's not
No.
3 days old anymore.
no.
No. She didn't have shield bash on a 4-second cooldown.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We watched like we were over at a
Brigitte balance now.
we were over at a friend's house, and like one of our friends was like, show us one of the best Overwatch League games, and for some reason, I don't know why, I chose the Dallas versus New York game in stage 4.
That was a good game though.
The first, it was good, but like they were like, they didn't want to watch every round, so like Dallas kind of got crushed in first round,
Yeah.
so they were
Yeah.
like,
And then the
this
last
isn't
round
fun.
wasn't very exciting either.
Yeah,
Because we skipped like right to the end instead of.
Right.
So you're just kind of like, are they just gonna?
literally
They're just
rounds
gonna win now?
2, 3, and 4 were exciting, and we watched 1 and 5. So like,
Brilliant.
Yeah, it was rough.
so then no one was happy, but
Oh.
yeah, it was crazy how much it was Brigida centered. But
Mm.
anyway, as far as Gladiators go, I think like they'll be relatively in the same spot they were last season, so that means like more places down in the standings. But like as far as like relative to last season, they'll be in pretty much the same spot, I think, where they're good but not great.
Yeah.
I-
Probably.
And I know we haven't talked about it much this episode, so I just gotta say it. I think Shock is going to be above Gladiators.
Yes, I agree.
Why do you say this every? It's like you're
Shock
trying to
is just
jinx
going to
them.
be so good. I'm not trying to jinx them. I'm just excited
Nah.
for them.
If he's
Adam says every episode he goes, "Oh, Shock's gonna be really good this year."
he hopes they don't want to be.
But like, Calder thinks that I'm doing it to psych him because I used to hate Shock, and I still do, but I don't know why. I'm just excited for them to do well.
You hate them because
Yeah.
of me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
And
don't hate
I'm
them.
just
I hate
saying-
you. No.
I'm just waiting for the season to start, and then we'll see what happens. I'm not getting my hopes up because when I get my hopes up, I get crushed.
Here's what's gonna happen. If they do well, you're gonna be upset because I'll be right, and if you're gonna be upset if they do bad because your team will be bad.
They have all the right signs.
I never get upset. They're all great.
They need
Honestly,
to make
They've got Jonak 2.0.
What, Sleepy?
And then-
Yeah.
No, Violet.
Oh,
Violet.
sorry. I don't know why I said
Violet.
Sleepy.
Yeah.
I mean, Sleepy's
For
good
anyone
too.
unaware-
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sleepy's
for anyone
pretty good.
unaware, Violent of O2 Ardeon, the kid was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I think he goes straight in as like a top 5 Zenyatta, honestly.
Yeah.
He was nuts. Like, it's unbelievable player.
I think with this season,
Such a
pretty much every like hero stat average is going to be like a lot closer. Because I know there was a
Yeah.
stat last season where it was like, if you take all the Zens and then you remove Jonak, all of the stats
Yeah,
go
it's
down
all-
11%.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's going to be
He was
like
that good.
the gap is going to be lessened there. It'll be
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It'll be nice to have more contenders for like the best of each hero instead of just being like Jonak's the best Zen.
Yeah, Jester best Winston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like,
And I'm excited for more comps than Dive. Because
definitely.
Yeah. Honestly, like people trash on like the state of Overwatch all the time. I think it's in a pretty good place right now.
yeah. It's a
At
little
least
rough.
a diverse place, I think.
Yeah. it's a little rough to watch goats a lot,
Goats v goats.
but it's fine to watch like every couple of maps.
Goats can be fun. It's just all the time.
Yeah.
And you still see people run like Sombra and different
Doomfist.
heroes that they usually didn't. But.
I don't care what the meta is during the league or during the season. As long as it's not just one meta the whole time. Because last season was just dive the whole time.
That was terrible. And hopefully we won't see D.Va in 99% of it.
Yeah,
Every minute of every game.
I think she had a 95% pick rate, basically.
Yeah.
She's just Winston D.Va is just strong.
It's not even like D.Va's OP. It's just she's so consistently good.
Yeah, she's good on all maps.
Yeah.
She's good in tank comps, and she's good in dive.
Yeah.
You play on King's Row and Watchpoint, which there's not many heroes that you play on both. You know, Kings or Rialto, which is a more time focused map, and then you've got Watchpoint where you just spam dive.
Yeah.
So,
I just hope it's not like the same thing every time. But we should move into our biggest topic of the day, the most important topic of the day. Contenders. Yeah.
And it seemed like all this Contenders, like, quote-unquote drama happened within, like, a day. Where it was, like,
it came out fast.
rumors, drama, anger, and then this came out, and it was like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, everyone, as soon as the leaks came out, they were pretty much screaming bloody murder because they were trying to murder Contenders, which I know it sounds like they don't care, but they obviously... Like, they care. They're not just going to not care about this big section of the league where they feed their talent from.
That's where they get their players from, exactly.
And they know that if Contenders dies, the league likely will die.
Yeah.
So they're not doing this to kill Contenders.
No.
They're doing this to shift focus of what Contenders is supposed to be.
They're trying to hard reset it, sort of build it the way that they want to.
Yeah. And it's kind of shitty to do this late in the game.
Yeah.
Because they're already, like, they're going into Season 3.
Yeah, Season 3.
Yeah. So it's shitty to have three seasons and then do this. But
yeah. Especially since, like, as much as it sucks to say, a lot of players who were in Contenders, because of this, will probably no longer be in Contenders. Just because, like, all of the non-academy teams are relegated and have to earn their spot back.
Yeah.
So some of them won't.
I think in all the times to do it, though, especially with the mass exodus of players to Overwatch League, with 8 new teams, you know, maybe it was the best time to do it, and they just thought, you know, all these new players going, we'll just...
and it's just better to do it earlier than, like, season, like, 8 of Contenders. I don't know, just get it done and over with so that, I don't know.
So we should say what they're actually doing.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Good idea.
So they're going to distribute prizes more heavily towards the top teams.
Yeah.
So that means if you're at the very top, you get the most, and then second, you get a little bit less, and then probably by, like, 5th or 6th, you're not really getting anything.
Incentivizes good teams to play.
Yeah.
Teams like Eagle Gaming last year, who won the whole thing. Rumored weren't paid very well from their role because they'd have gotten good money off that, hopefully. So that's a good change. I like that.
Yeah. And it's like, there's really, if you don't do well, why do you get money? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
North America, Contenders North America is going to be 2 regions, East and West. And it's going to be mostly academy teams. Or like reflect the academy teams, which is good.
Academy teams are going to be good.
The question is...
LNL, they get picked up, sorted. That's all good. They're just rebranding. That's it.
And it'll be a lot easier.
I just have, like, Paris. Will Paris be, or like Paris's academy team, will they be part of a North American Contenders or European Contenders?
No, they'll be EU. The same with the Hurricane. London's academy are part of EU, so I imagine that'll be the same.
All right. So then, like, obviously, like, Seoul doesn't have an academy team right now, but, like, theirs would be in Korea. And
they will do.
Yeah. Honestly, the main thing that's coming from this is, like, thank goodness every team's going to have an academy team.
Yeah. It should be a thing.
Yeah.
It's basically what every other sport does, so there's
Yeah, of course.
It makes sense.
My only minor gripe was to jump in a second. My only minor gripe with the system is so a team like London, fair enough, were attacked for not being European and stuff, but they have a Korean roster. But their academy team is European, so there's no way to promote there. So
Players.
why aren't they allowed to go and compete in Korea to scout players? Someone like Krillin would be great in the academy team.
Yeah.
Grow him, get him to play up. So he's only played in trials before. So he's quite a prodigy.
Yeah.
Get him to play in Korea contenders and then promote him straight away. But that's my gripe. It's just Korean team. Why can't they? I think they can.
Yeah.
But it's just why shouldn't they be allowed to immediately to grow Korean talent? But
I think that's why the I forget what they're called.
Region locking?
Region locking kind of thing, where you can have some players from other regions, because that'll help a bit. Because I guess then like they could.
It also says 3 non-resident players. So if you become a resident in the UK but you're Korean, I don't think you count towards that.
Does it not?
It says non-residents.
I know in League of Legends they've done that, where like Bjergsen was like an EU guy, so like he took up a friggin' resident spot on his team for like multiple seasons, but then he just became an NA resident, and now he doesn't take up a spot. So
nice.
So but here's the thing with like how often like players get traded and like there's no real knowing what team you'll be on. I don't think any player will be like, I'm gonna get a Chinese like passport like residence so that I can be on this Contenders team. Like that just doesn't make sense.
That's what it's meant for. You want proper homegrown talent.
Yeah.
So,
which is good because like
that's what it's for.
People were complaining about how Contenders was turning into just like Korean
2.0.
Yeah. So like it'll be nice to have like European talent, North American talent, Australian talent all growing.
Yeah.
So.
They're also going to be reducing the number of teams total in each region from 12 to 8.
Yeah.
Which I think is basically just to make it easier to follow as well for people who are more casual. Like you can be like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just these good teams. I don't know.
Even though they're lowering the number of teams, they're technically also raising the number of teams because there's more regions. So,
yeah.
There's going to be more quality on those teams too.
Yeah. So I think they're trying to concentrate it and make it simple, because Contenders is slightly confusing. Like for me, it was a little confusing to just understand what was going on. Their website's terrible.
Not the best. Yeah, I don't like Wikipedia for that.
Yeah. It's just like it did need some shifting. And then there's the relegation of the non-academy teams, which again sucks. But
is that after every season?
It says any Overwatch League Academy team not. Oh wait, no, this isn't what I was reading.
Because if so, that's
beginning at Contenders 2022. Overwatch League Academy teams will be subject to standard regular season. That doesn't really
regular season trials. Let me find.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. Depending on the amount of invitations accepted by Overwatch League Academy teams, many top performing teams from Contenders Season 3 will automatically be qualified for Contenders 2019 Season 1. This will vary per region, but all existing teams will have the opportunity to re-qualify through Contenders trials if not automatically invited back.
Right. Oh, so some teams will be invited back.
Okay, so if the Overwatch League Academy teams say, like, all accept, there might not be... Wait, so there could just not be enough spots for non-academy teams?
Maybe.
I guess so. Wait, how many like North American teams are there in the Overwatch
It's 8.
League? 8?
North American teams.
I think there's 12.
So 3 Chinese teams, 1 Korean team, and 2 European teams.
And then
I don't think I'm missing any because there's none
3
from any
Chinese,
other region.
1 Korean, 2.
4 Chinese, 1 Korean,
So it's 6.
and then 2 European. So yeah, 12.
So 12. So there would be room for, if every North American Overwatch League team accepted their academy spot, then there would only be 4 spots for non-academy teams in the North America. So I guess that's what it's saying. So like, they could all, like, if pretty much all of them said no, then all of the teams from Contenders before could be in. But like,
they're not gonna. They're probably just gonna
say no. Yeah,
probably just gonna get that and then sign them. Like LNL, there's rumors LNL are gonna be Academy's team. They play Gator on a 2-way contract.
Yeah, and then
that seems to make sense.
Yeah, and then for those 4 spots, then they'd compete for those. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm wondering if like more teams in North America, like, more teams in North America West accept their spots than North America East. If some teams will like go to North America East specifically because they have a better chance of making it into the thing, like into it. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah,
because that means a lot of teams are going to be denied.
Yeah,
I guess that's the bummer bit that people are mad about.
Yeah. Well,
because even though that's technically more teams
in total,
in Contenders, that's a lot of teams that are going to be deleted.
It's not more teams in Contenders. They're losing
total. Because there's more regions.
Not total.
Oh, really?
How many? They're only adding 8, but they're losing 4 in each region.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
But they're splitting US into 2, aren't they? So they're going up to 16 in NA total, whereas so obviously they're going East and West.
But I think
in general,
I think they're going to encourage teams very much to have academy teams too.
Definitely.
I think Shanghai's signing Team CC, I believe. I read that too.
They're getting 2, They're getting 1 in China, and then they're getting 1 in the Pacific region. They're acquiring a spot from, I think it was Anna's Talmas tweeted it out. It's either Blank Esports or like Monster.kr or some team like that, like a team that recently folded in the Pacific region. But they were all Korean. That team that wasn't Blank Esports.
So it seems like this is really good for like Australia, Europe, China, and South America, but it kind of sucks for probably Korea and North America.
Yeah.
There's less spots then.
Now I know why everyone's mad.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
It's just weird.
It's an odd change. Hopefully, it's for the best.
Yeah, honestly, like at this time next year, we're probably gonna be like, we were dumb for thinking it was dumb, but like there'll probably be players who are like, I'm still mad about that because I didn't get to play anymore.
There's one more thing that I should mention is they're changing the total number of seasons from 3 to 2
per year.
Yeah.
I think that's good, but the seasons are longer though.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be
pretty much
4 or 5 month seasons.
They need to schedule it. They need to have it not when Overwatch League is on. It's like they've got Contenders is like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Overwatch League is like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's like it's too much.
Yeah.
People aren't going to watch Contenders. They just want a break.
Yeah. I didn't watch any Contenders last season.
I watched very little. I would watch Runaway. I would watch some from Korea highlights while I was, studying and doing work and stuff like that. But I wouldn't sit down and watch full Contenders matches, not even live or full VODs.
Yeah.
I was doing Overwatch League. I was watching Overwatch League instead.
Yeah.
So my general ideas is it's going to be easier to follow 8 teams.
Yeah.
If you're following like NA or EU, you're going to be like, oh, there's these 8 teams. I can watch all their games pretty easily.
Academy teams too.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose
so
I'm going to watch their academy team. Let's go.
Yeah. The region locking, probably a really good thing.
Yeah.
Not just because it like eliminates every team from being just Korean contenders, but just
It's nice
So
that
that-
Contenders is region locked, but Overwatch League isn't, because this
Yeah.
is growing a
That's good.
lot of like worldwide talent, so that
Mhm.
in Overwatch League they can take from wherever.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
I'm excited for Australia because I don't know. I just want Australia to do better
Just
than they
want
were.
Australia
Because
to
Sydney
do-
Drop Bears just kind of destroyed last season.
They did. They dominated.
Yeah.
They'd have done
And
well in some regions, honestly.
And if the league or a region is like that, there's no point in watching it, honestly.
Just like, I
Yeah.
wonder who wins.
I wonder who's going to get first. Like, same with South America, where Brazil
Brazil
Gaming
Gaming
has just
House.
kind of cleaned up.
Yeah, they destroyed.
Yeah.
So I think, like, this is going to be a net positive change. It's gonna be
Overall,
rough
this is
for
a positive
while.
change. It's just for
Yeah.
some people, this is gonna not be good.
Mhm.
Mainly North American and probably some Korean teams. That would suck. But overall, I think it's a good change, I guess, because like European, Australian, South America, it's good for all them.
Mhm.
Trying to end this on a positive note as much as possible.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll work out.
Yeah,
Sure.
well,
There's a plan.
They-
There's a plan in place. There's structure.
They know what they're doing.
They're trying to integrate with the Overwatch League, which is nothing but a good thing because the structure for Overwatch League has been good, and they're trying to add that to Contenders. So
Yeah. When we were watching like the Dallas Fuel versus New York game this past weekend, like all of our friends who don't really keep up with the Overwatch League were like, "Wow, they spent a lot of money to make this look good." And like it was like,
Yeah.
"Wow, yeah."
yeah,
Like Overwatch League didn't exist, and then within like 6 months they were like, "We have this full league." And
Yeah.
it's like, "Wow." It's honestly pretty impressive. So,
ambitious,
Yeah.
but it's been great.
yeah.
So much better than
I've
just-
loved it.
Yeah, Overwatch League season 1 was so good. At least season 2 is going to be even better.
Yeah. It like I've always been into esports. I've been passionate about esports, but like there's never been an esport of a game that I'm actually interested in playing as well or understand. Like I like watching League of Legends esports, but I don't know what's happening. So
Yeah.
like I just like to
trying to get-
cheer
I'm
for
trying to get into
teams.
it. Yeah, I'm very new to esports in general. Overwatch is like my first one, so
Yeah. Like as much
Totally
as
with
people
that.
say that Overwatch is confusing to watch, it's a lot simpler than a lot of other esports. Like
yeah,
The
so
easiest
I
is
like
probably
that.
CS:GO.
yeah,
Well, 'cause it's
Because it's
shoot
just
boy
like shoot dead.
yeah.
or
gun
Rocket
shooting.
League, if you want to consider
Ah,
that.
Rocket League.
Yeah.
That needs, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
They
FIFA's
had a
pretty
guy
cool, to be fair.
voted. What was that guy? The NRG team had a really good player on it. I don't know what his name is though.
Wow.
NRG.
That was really good for the conversation.
There's this one boy on a team and he did good
There's this one
apparently.
guy on a team and he did good. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good for the podcast.
awesome.
That's pretty much everything. Yeah, good rosters coming out. I'm guessing that within the next couple weeks we'll get more news on the Chinese teams, and probably a couple like single signings here and there from a couple teams. But for the
And
most
hopefully
part,
some color schemes and names too.
yeah.
Branding, yes.
For the most part, though, I think we're pretty much done as far as roster announcements go. Just some Chinese teams and then some players here and there.
Yeah.
Well, DC
True.
There's
I
only
completely
DC.
forgot DC existed. I'm not going
And
to lie to you.
Vancouver.
that's very easy to do. To be fair,
Yeah.
It's very easy.
Vancouver,
Good enough.
Vancouver, if they're not Runaway,
I'm gonna be sad.
I'm going to be sad and probably hate Vancouver.
I mean, we're gonna hate him anyway.
No, if they're Runaway, I'm going to love them. But yeah,
I think they are.
because Flowervin said that they're all signed, but she didn't say they're all signed together. That's the issue.
I think it was implied though. I was reading the translations and I remember it was implied that they were all signed together,
That's good.
not just individually. I think if they'd have been signed individually, they'd have been out by now. I think some of these players would have been on these teams.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
I think Toronto would have been able to get Bumper or Slime or Twilight instead of Aid, someone like that. So
Yeah.
that's my one hope. I'm trying to scratch at that.
I was
Claw them
hoping
together. Yes, please be all Vancouver.
I was hoping so bad that Runaway was going to be on Toronto and that was going to be
Same.
their team, but
Yeah, trying to run away.
yeah. That would have been so
But
good.
we got a bunch of different Koreans.
But here's the issue, okay? They say that Runaway's going to Vancouver, but then Vancouver makes their Twitter color green. I don't want a green Runaway.
No.
I want pink in the Overwatch League. There's no pink team.
There's no pink teams.
Well, they
Yeah,
did
purple.
deny Florida's recolor request.
What, to be pink?
And everyone assumed that Florida would
pink and
want to go
blue.
pink and blue.
Yeah, pink and blue inside Runaway.
Yeah.
It's
But
funny how, like, the only thing about Florida people were hyped for was their color change, and then it got denied. Poor Florida.
Oh, poor Florida.
Poor Tavik, mainly. Poor Tavik.
He's the bus driver now.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's it.
Anyway,
Oh, well.
I guess we'll call the podcast there. We'll each plug our stuff. To start off, obviously, Broverwatch stuff. Follow us at the Broverwatch on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. That's
the website.
The website is the Broverwatch as well. Thebroverwatch.com for articles. All three of us are going to be writing there, as well as two more.
Of us, maybe.
Hey, I'm trying, dude. All right.
Content has been hard.
Yeah.
Been
But
slow.
we're going to be picking it up. We've got a total of, I guess, 6 people total?
Yeah. In terms of writers, we've got
No, it's 6.
Dre doesn't write, so
Oh, yeah.
well, he's the only one.
So
He might dip into it eventually, but for now,
we've got a team of writers, so it's going to pick
Yep.
up. So make sure to check out there. It's not just this person signed this person. It's this person signed this person. This is what it means for this, and this is what we think about it. Because
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, but
little
News-
tease as well.
we're not
There's only
we're not trying to just do
news.
look at these patch notes
no.
because that's not fun.
We're not reading patch notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stylo so can do that for us.
Yeah.
We can watch XQC go, they're gonna buff Mercy? Oh wait, just for Valkyrie.
Yeah.
That was a great XQC impression.
Yeah.
Anyway, Josh, you can plug your Twitter.
Yeah. Twitter, GCB_signac. Hopefully the name and how it's spelled should be in the description of the YouTube the YouTube VOD.
Yeah, I'll
We'll
put
do
it
that.
all out.
I'm around, I'm in the Spitfire Discord. I'm in the Broverwatch Discord.
Mm-hmm.
The writers room. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On Twitter. I'm down, yeah. Special preview as well, coming out after all the rosters are going to be confirmed. I think the writers are going to get together inside this one and do a team power ranking. Just going to rate every player, give them a grading system, and then we'll try and push that out maybe in the form of a podcast or a big article for everyone to see that way.
Yeah. Or maybe we could pair them, have an article that has the podcast in there so you can.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. If that's
Go for it, yeah.
possible. I don't know. I haven't written an article yet.
That's very
No.
possible.
That involves writing the
Yikes.
article.
Yeah.
We got to
Very easy.
wait for the releases.
Yeah. Calder, do you want to plug your Twitter?
Sure. Amos Underwood, not Amos Underwood. Amos _ Calder. That's it. I don't use it very much.
You've been using it more. My Twitter is at I'm a dumb cook. That's DUMB, dumb. I'm a dumb cook. And then also on Instagram, I am also that. I tend to retweet some Overwatch stuff, but mainly if you want some Overwatch stuff, follow the Broverwatch Twitter. Yeah, that's all of us. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Thank you, Josh, for coming on this episode. Hopefully
No problem.
we can bring
Pleasure.
you on again in the future sometime.
Of course, anytime.
And thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.